listen to your mother, man. Please.
Change, man.
There's this article that came out a few months ago that 1 in 4 private school grads are unemployed, involuntarily working part-time 6 months after graduation. So a question came up by a member of ours: do employers prefer local university graduates as compared to private university grads? And what can private uni grads do to increase their chances of employment? Now, I think the most straightforward answer would be things that you can do outside of your school. So for example, your experience working in internships, your experience doing volunteering work, things that don't define you based on the school that you come from, but it's kind of real life experiences that you do. My question to all three of my guests: if you can give advice to a private uni grad who is struggling to find a job, what would it be?
There are two questions in this question. So the first one is, do employers prefer local university graduates compared to private university graduates? For this part of the question, I guess the answer will be, it depends on the employers. There are some firms, organizations, which tend to have the practice whereby they actually pay local uni grads more than, private university graduates. And this is just bureaucracy. Or maybe they could even have this, system because the management are all from local uni, so they tend to favor local uni grads also. So for the first part of the question, the answer would be, it depends on who's the employer. Of course, there are also some jobs that actually value and prioritize academic achievement. So this kind of jobs, they would definitely prefer local uni grads as well. So for the second part of the question is, what can private university graduates do to increase their chances of employment? So I think you pointed out rightly, internships is one of them. There's also a lot of other things. For example, you can try to get international exposure. Okay, I think that's very useful, especially in Singapore is where companies base their regional HQ and use it as a launch pad to other markets. So international exposure would help a lot. Furthermore, Singapore's workforce is pretty much very international as well. So, who knows, maybe you could have gone on like a overseas internship in the same country as your hiring manager is from, and then that would create a lot of common ground and cultural topics to discuss also. So international exposure helps as well. And I guess two more things that you can do. One is actually investing on building a network, okay, which is what one of my colleagues did to get into my current company. He actually went on LinkedIn to talk to people, find out more about the industry and things like that. And through proactive networking, he managed to land an internship role, which got converted into a full-time role as well. And finally, I guess that would be maybe personal branding, trying to find a way to differentiate yourself from the rest of the graduates, be it local or overseas university. Like, what do you have that other people don't?
I think Geraldine's covered most of it. I think the answer to the first question is yes, it depends on the employer. So echo what Geraldine said. In terms of the second part of the question as to how private U students can stand out, I think two main approaches. The first is just focus on doing really well on your first job. There are a lot of companies that have no such exclusion policy. And I think a lot of startups, for example, are very happy to recruit based on what you can contribute rather than which school you attended. So one of the best marketers I know comes from a private university, and I think he's doing a great job in his current career right now. And he's already switched jobs, and it's already paying more than his first job. So that's the first approach, which is just deliver results in your first job. Then you can use the results from the first job to find better jobs and so on and so forth. The second approach, which might be less popular, is some private university students actually do another master's program abroad. And that's also another approach to kind of rebrand yourself. So those are the two approaches. And I have friends who have done both, and both approaches I think work well. And it really depends on your personal circumstance.
I was quite taken by what Geraldine was saying because it's like she's got encyclopedia in her brain. She memorizes these things. Anyhow, so I do think she's covered most bases. And I really would echo even what Dr. Deng is saying. I think some of the best people I work with today have come from private schools. And it will come down to network. I do think the times have changed. All this distinction, maybe it's your mother keep telling you that you cannot. Don't listen to your mother, man. Please.
Change, man.
Game over.
echoing all three of you, I think it's really all in the mind. If you yourself question yourself, you already set yourself up for failure. And if you can't get over yourself, like this barrier that you have, then let alone whatever people think about you. They can think the best of you, but if you always question yourself, then you're not gonna get it anyway.